Okay, you guys, I wasn't sure I was gonna do one of these because it got really late, and anyway, let's get with it. Hello, Big Brother fans. Dick's a dick. Yeah, I just, the only thing I can say is he's doing it for Danielle's sake, and so that's the only way it was at least halfway tolerable. But then when he started becoming so childish, with the banging of the pot, and it was just too much. It was just a little too over the top, and I don't know how these people restrain themselves. I probably would have been kicked out by now because I how do they deal with that? You know? They did show the softer side of him though, by showing us behind the scenes that it was all part of the act, and the part that was really touching was when he kept telling her to make sure she ate her vitamins, and were they too big, he'd smash them up for her. So moving on, we have Jess talking about how Jen, has been kind of spending time in her room and without being asked, and she's quotes really annoying. Pot, kettle, black. I do have to admit that I did kind of giggle when Dick said something about magic ping pong balls to Jamaica, and when he was calling Dustin a princess. I mean, come on now, who doesn't want to be a princess? That veto with drinking stuff. Ugh. I probably wouldn't have gotten very far, but thumbs up to Dick and Dustin for drinking everything that was given to them, because I know I truly couldn't have done it. It's one of those things, you just bleh. I would have done the real easy ones, like it looks like Jess did. She did. I think she got like three, or was that Zach? Which would have been like the water, the iced tea, and the maple syrup. And you gotta give it up for Danielle for that, that breakdown show that she did for all the people up in the HOH room. I think it really scored her a lot of points, and it goes to show that, I think at the very beginning she said that she wasn't very good at lying, so she's doing a pretty good job at trying to cover that up and kind of getting her way in. At this point, she's not going to be able to win. She doesn't have enough people with or behind her to help her get that far, because you have to have an alliance that you can rely on to cover for you. So like, if you're HOH one week, the next week you can't compete. So you have to have someone in your alliance that, is strong enough to win, and so, assure that you're not going to be voted out the next week. And hopefully, her and Jen being together is going to be a force to be reckoned with. I would like to see CBS do a little bit of a switch up with allowing the outgoing HOH to compete in the new HOH contest. I I think that it would be. I think it would. It. I don't know how to say it. It would get rid of the weak really quickly. You know, because if you've ever noticed any of these shows, it's never the really strong dominant players that ever win. In the end, it's the little coattailer, coat, the people that hang on the coattails, and the people that fly under the radar. Oh, you forgot they were even there. That's why I highly think that Zach is gonna come in towards the very end, because he hasn't made any strong plays. He's just kind of there, and people are kind of forgetting about him, because ooh, this person's in some secret alliance. We got to get rid of him, or it's like they continue to forget about that one person. I do know that I was gonna go and vote, and I hope you all did. And one of the things that really sucks about being in Hawaii is the fact that they close the polls at 12 a.m. Pacific time, which is exactly the time that the show finishes airing at in Hawaii. So I don't get the chance to go in and vote on that unless I go into Joker's board and find out what the what the question is going to be and jump in ahead of time. And I've written some feedback to CBS to hopefully get them to at least move it back another 30 minutes so that we can vote. But I really would have voted for Eric to vote out Dustin because not that I have anything, against him. I think he's a really good player. And I think a lot of people are overlooking him because he has that likability factor. But just the smugness with which he, says things like he has his entire speech written out, about the courtesy flush, which LOL, that was hilarious. Um, it would be so enjoyable to see someone who's that confident, in his alliance and in himself, period, that he offers himself up as the pawn only to be flushed. Because the way I see it, if we all voted, and Eric goes and votes, does our vote, and we all voted for Dustin, we have Eric, Danielle, Zach, and Jen. And I think that's, if I'm not mistaken, because it's really late and I'm really tired. Can you see all the... I'm really tired. But I think 4 is what we need. Four votes. And it would just be a joy, because the only reason being, because, Dick is being such an idiot lately. The only thing that makes me want him to stay in the house is to have just a little bit more time with Danielle, and Danielle saying that she's really going to miss him. That really, I loved it. All right, tell me who you guys voted for. I can't vote until they either fix that glitch or I continue to go to Joker's updates to get my updates and find out things ahead of time, because it sucks to be me behind everyone. Bye. Tiny's not here. She's really tired, so she went upstairs already to sleep on her purple blankie. Say over and out. She would if she was here.